Let's give Barbara a warm welcome. Beautiful. We thank you for being here. We do have, the ushers can pass out a welcome packet to you if you wouldn't mind filling that out for us so that we can stay in touch with you. And, or you can put it in the collection basket at the end of the service or drop it off at the welcome table in the hallway. Thank you. Welcome. Again, welcome to Unity of Georgetown, and we hope you do come back to visit us. The announcements for today are next Sunday, April 27th, will be an outdoor service at Legacy Hills Park Pavilion. Across the street. We are not able to have a picnic after the service next week. However, hopefully we will plan one for the very near future. The next Let's Get Metaphysical meeting is on Wednesday, April 23rd at 9:30 a.m. We will meet at Legacy Hills Park if the weather permits. Otherwise, our backup is at the home of Renee Barnes, located at 405 Rockport Drive in Sun City. Check your email for the links to the videos we'll be discussing this week. As always, you can stay in touch with us via the website, our Friday morning newsletter, or email us at unitygeorgetown@gmail.com.
Well, as you know, we like to start with a little bit of humor, because humor kind of, when you're laughing, there's just no room anywhere in your soul for anything other than joy and laughter. And so I have a special guest today that's never been here before. And so I want to share our guest comedian with you right now. That was Hendrix. Hendrix is my daughter's dog, and during COVID, when we were doing service at her house, and the people were watching on Zoom, back home, he was there, and every time Omar plays that steel guitar, this guy's got to sing. He just got to. So people would email me saying, "We love the guest singer." So that is our guest comedian for today. We're going to do a song now.
Is this a happy day? Yes. Please stand.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, a happy day.
Oh, happy day.
When spirit was.
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 When spirit was. Oh, happy day.
It was a happy day.
Oh, 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 happy day.
When the spirit was.
When spirit was.
Oh, it was.
When spirit was.
When spirit was. Washed all my cares away.
Oh, happy day.
It was a happy day.
Oh, happy day. Lord, teach us how.
Lord, teach us how
to forgive.
to forgive, love, and
Love Oh, happy day.
Happy day.
Oh, happy day.
When the Spirit was.
When Spirit washed.
Oh, when He was.
When Spirit washed. When Spirit washed. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Lord, teach us how to forgive, love and pray, love and pray, and live rejoicing every day. Every day.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day.
It was a happy day.
Oh, 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 happy day. Oh, happy day.
Oh, happy day. John is here. Hey, John, look, we're matching, man. Wow, that's cool.
During the ringing of the bowl, let us take during the ringing of the bowl, let us take into our hearts the collective energy that Reverend Tommy brought to our consciousness today, and feel the vibration of this bowl bringing us, threading us all together in the oneness of our truth and our principles. This is the reading of the daily word and inspirational reading today. The word is new life. The affirmation is Easter calls me to new life. The inspiration for today's word comes from John 11:25. I am the resurrection and the life. Easter is the drawing of hope and the promise of resurrection and new life. Today, I celebrate the victory of divine love, new life, and the resilience of my overcoming nature. Everything is made new through the dynamic power and the glory of the Christ within me. I am freed from fear and limitation. I release them into the radiant light of the risen Christ. I am lifted up with the resurrection of Easter into the new awareness of life. My heart and soul are transformed by the living spiritual truth that nothing is impossible with God. My heart feels full as I embrace the power and the grace of this new life. The message of Easter blesses me today and throughout all seasons of renewal. I rise in the knowledge that life never ends. As I celebrate the glory of Easter, Christ in me is risen. Please read the affirmation twice with me. Easter calls me to new life. Easter calls me to new life.
All rise. I have to say rise on Easter, right, instead of stand up.
I am alive.
I am alive.
I am alive
In this world.
in this world. In this world.
I am alive.
I am alive.
I am alive.
I am alive
In this world.
in this world.
In this world.
In this world.
This is a place.
This is a place.
This is a time.
This is the time.
Let it shine.
Let it shine.
Let it shine.
Let it shine.
I see the joy.
I see the joy.
I see the joy.
I see the joy
In this world.
in this world.
In this world.
In this world.
I see the joy.
I see the joy.
I see the joy.
I see the joy
In this world.
in this world.
In this world.
In this world.
This is the place.
This is the time.
This is the time.
Let it shine.
Let it shine.
Let it shine.
Let it shine.
I'm living love every day.
I'm living love every day.
Living love every day.
I'm living love every day.
Spreading peace along the way.
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 Right time.
Right time.
Right place.
Right place.
Living love.
Living love
every day.
every day.
We are the light.
We are the light.
We are the light.
We are the light.
In this world.
In this world.
In this world.
In this world.
We are the light.
We are the light.
We are the light.
We are the light.
In this world.
In this world.
In this world.
In this world.
This is the place.
This is the place.
This is the time.
This is the time.
Let it shine.
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 Let it shine. Yeah.
All right, now it's the time for Wisdom of the Word, Tommy's new, of the world, Wisdom of the World, Tommy's new part of the service. And today, our wisdom comes from the Lebanese American artist, writer, and philosopher, Khalil Gibran, or Gibran, whichever way you want to pronounce it. And his book, The Prophet, which I think we probably all read back in the 60s, was one of the best-selling books, or maybe the best-selling book of the 20th century. And Reverend Tommy chose this quote that we're going to hear today because it reflects the themes of transformation and rebirth that we associate with Easter. So from Khalil Gibran, everything that exists remains forever, and its very existence is proof of its eternity. But without that realization, the knowledge of perfect being, we would never know whether there was existence or non-existence. If eternal existence is altered, then it can only become more beautiful. If it disappears, then it must return in a more elevated form, and if it sleeps, it must dream of a better awakening, for it is ever greater upon its rebirth. All right, now please join me in affirming our unity statement of being and vision statement. There is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life, God, the good omnipotence. Centered in oneness, we co-create a world of love, peace, and abundance.
When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper, my soul go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper, my soul go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God.
So now, as we join our hearts and minds in community prayer this morning, we claim the power of our words of intention, knowing they are being manifested even as we speak them. And knowing this truth, we speak words of rebirth, renewal, possibility. And from a human perspective, Jesus' betrayal, trial, and crucifixion might seem like it was a tragic end to his ministry and life. But the resurrection changes everything. It represents the power of the Christ presence that gives us an overcoming power through any outward condition. And when situations seem overwhelming or even hopeless from the human perspective, we can turn to the divine intelligence that is part of our divine nature, and we begin to see with the vision of God mind. We are the ever forward moving, ever upward lifting power of divine life, seeing beyond what is to what can be. And so we now gratefully rejoice at the empowering message of Easter, that each new moment is filled with the potential for rebirth and transformation. We hold this vision of possibility for any person or situation that you may be praying for today, and we claim the power of the Christ for each one. And now, I invite you to take a few deep breaths, relax, center completely into this moment, and know that the 40 days of release, preparation of Lent is behind us, we're ready to take the consciousness of resurrection into every aspect of our lives. Renewed prosperity, creativity, growth. We claim it all as ours. And so it is. And now, as we go into the silence, for a few moments, Dan will bring us back with music.
In the silence I can feel the love. In the silence I can rise above. In the silence I can hear the voice. In the silence I am home. I am home. I am home. I am home.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Therese. We are whole. We just don't realize it. That's all it is. It's that simple. Welcome to Resurrection Sunday at Unity Georgetown. Is it just me or anybody else feeling a little certain magical resurrecting energy present today? There is a symbolic significance to today, coming together today, because we are celebrating a resurrection, a new beginning. And how appropriate is that? And there were times when I questioned whether this would take place. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, ye of little faith. But between your intention and my intention, it had no choice but to be. Today's the second time I and Unity Georgetown share a new beginning. But every beginning is different because it's a beginning. For one, our collective consciousness has grown during us 3 years together. I would say a considerable amount. And you add to that the enthusiasm that, although had always existed, now has taken on a greater momentum. Another thing that has grown is our music ministry. I said from day one, I said that I wanted a really strong music ministry. Because I knew then, and we all know now, the power that music brings to the service. And I was very grateful to have Dan when I got here. But now I'm equally grateful to have Tom, Shonda, Kim, and Tony today. So thank you. And Susan. I'm sorry, Susan. Okay. Chloe? Okay. Good. And Hendrix. We have a lot of people today, a lot of energy. Two of the many topics that we have talked about in the last few years are spiral dynamics and process theology. And spiral dynamics tells us that we're ever expanding upward and growing. And process theology tells us the same thing, that it's always adding, always growing. So when we put these two things together, we see that we have grown to a new and higher awareness, to a new and higher consciousness. One that is not only more enthusiastic, but it is from a higher vibration, a higher elevation. And it has more wisdom, more energy, and more focus. And yet, while this is a new resurrection, there are also certain similarities to the first one. Scripture tells us, and it was read there in the Daily Word, I believe, that we are made new through our beliefs. That's one of our 5 principles. And another scripture tells us there is nothing new under the sun. So I have to ask the question, which is it? And now in our new higher elevation consciousness, we know that the answer to that is yes. It's never this way or that way. It's just yes, period. Here's what I'm talking about. The very first Sunday I got here was the first Sunday service we had, Unity Georgetown had in over 3 years because of the COVID, the epidemic. Unity Georgetown was coming out of a dark time, out of the wilderness. Today, Unity Georgetown is once again coming out of the wilderness. Sometime really, really soon, like in the next month, I'm going to do a lesson that I did 3 years ago about the wilderness and coming out of the wilderness. Because we spend a lot of time in the wilderness. We do, as humans, in the human experience and the human journey that we have. Sometimes it's called the haul. And it can be big, it can be small. You know, you lose your job or something. Well, that's you're in the wilderness. But the Israelites spent 400 years wandering in the wilderness. Jesus spent 40 days. We spent about 7 months in the wilderness. But coming out of the wilderness, when you do, it's a closing of a door, but it's also an opening of another door. Because there's always another door waiting to be opened. And here we are in Easter, in April. And during this time that I spent in the principal's office, I like to call it. I hope UWM's not watching. I'm just kidding. I came across something I had not realized about the word April. It has a Latin root. And in Spanish, the word for April is abril, which sounds a whole lot like abrir. Remove the L, put an R, and abrir means to open. So April, the month of open, is significance of opening a new place, a new era. And that's very appropriate for today. And that's pretty much the message of today. That we're opening up to an entirely new way of being, all capital, being. The tomb of our ignorance has been opened. We find ourselves in a situation where we have both similarities and differences. Once again, the beautiful dance of duality. Because we are one and we are many. We are the same and yet we are different. The first day here, Unity Georgetown, the first time, we had about 30, 35 people because it was coming out of COVID. As a matter of fact, it was January the 2nd, 2022. How many of you were present that day? I know there was a few, see, but not many. So we've grown quite a bit. Last month or whatever it was, we brought in 26-something people into the fold. And So we're growing not only in numbers, we're growing in awareness, which is very, very important. And I believe that there are a lot of people out there looking for us. I keep saying it, right, John? They're looking for us, but they don't know that we exist. And I want to find more because I want to share with those people the beautiful message that we have. Because you, Unity at Georgetown, are an awesome spiritual community. You really are. Give yourselves a hand. As I said, we have a beautiful, empowering message of love and freedom about our unlimited nature that not even the tomb can hold back. But we have learned that there is one thing that can hold us back, and that is we ourselves. Our lack of understanding of what we are and what we can be. Our infinite potentiality, and I think I'm seeing like little glimmers of light finally cracking through my consciousnesses and saying, yeah, you know, we have infinite possibility. That is a strange idea, having grown up from this limited way of seeing things. We're talking about life. Have you looked at the James Webb Telescope? I was reading yesterday about multiverses, that there could be infinite multiverses. And I keep asking the question, where in the world am I? And what am I? Because we are all part of this oneness. Even science is telling us that we're all connected. That means I am here equally as much in one way or another as I would be on the other side of the universe. How does these things work? They work because we are one and we are connected. And that message is that death is not the end of life. That is the message of today. And why? Because life doesn't begin here. Life doesn't end here. We've got to get over that limitation of understanding. In fact, there is no beginning to life, and there is no end. Life is a continuum, an eternal journey. Yeah, we have detours, and sometimes we come to the stop, just like we do driving down 35. You know, but it's temporary because we have opened the tomb of ignorance. And it has exposed a brand new Unity Georgetown. The limits that we place on ourselves bind us. So we have to release all that stuff. And we're talking about in one of the songs, we gotta let go of all this stuff. We have to learn from it, but we gotta let it go. Because we live in the past. We don't live in the past, we live in the now. This too shall pass. Probably crossed your mind a few times in the last few months. It did me. But every ending has a new beginning, and so let's be grateful for this new beginning today. Let me turn my attention a little bit to what we're celebrating, Easter. Now, the subtitle I could come up recently about this talk, for me, I see it as the content of the story, and I call it Truth, Tradition, and Spiritual Meaning. Because in this story, there is some truth, there is a lot of tradition, and for us, in Unity, there is a lot of spiritual significance to it. Because that's what we look for in stories. What is the spiritual meaning behind the story? Let's begin briefly just with tradition. Boy, we used to have some great Easter Sundays. I mean, right, Rosemary? We had a ton of people over. I mean, kids, adults, we would have a big party, Easter egg hunt for the kids, piñatas, balloon toss, egg toss, sack races, and softball. Yeah, there was a time we played softball every year until guess what? It started getting hard to get up from the spills. I still have a picture of my brother at home base, upside down like a cockroach, with all his legs up in the air. I can still picture it. We said, you know what? No more baseball. We can live without the baseball stuff. That was the traditional family stuff back home. But on a more serious note, Easter is the culmination this last week of the most important week in the Christian calendar. In fact, the events of Holy Week and Easter represent the central message of the Christian faith. It is impossible to overstate the fact that were it not for these events, in particular the belief in the literal resurrection of Jesus, there would be no Christianity. Next week I'm going to talk more about that, because I always like to talk about, when I first came to Unity, I wanted to know more about the origin of Christianity. How did it come to be? Where did we get these ideas? And so I want to talk a little bit about that next week. So Christianity has a lot of theology, a lot. Catholicism has a lot of theology. I sit there sometimes and watch and I go, wow. But the whole thing can be wrapped up into two messages, and that is Christmas and Easter. So both of these events are understood to be literal. We all know the Easter story, but most people don't know much about the theology behind it. I really am into theology quite a bit. And Easter marks the beginning of a new era. And that new era will be, and Jesus is the resurrection, is the first step in that new era. That's what the teaching, the first fruit offering, as Paul said. That's how Christian theology goes. And Jesus came into Jerusalem, the inner peace. And he overthrew the temple, and it didn't go over very well. And so we know the events that happened. And so now we're waiting for the second coming of Jesus. I'm just sharing some theology, make sure you understand. And thus, in the meantime, we're going to be resting in peace, waiting for that coming of the second. And that's what I ask people, do you know why we say rest in peace? Anyway, this model is called eschatology or apocalypticism. And it's not really Christian in origin, it's Zoroastrian in origin. And 2.4 million people are celebrating that today. But we see things differently. And I said, we want to see what is the deeper message. What is the real message being told here? And so we have a different meaning based on a different interpretation of the same story. And it's interesting to note that both the traditional view and Unity's view do share one foundational point: the end of an old way and the beginning of a new way, a change. And I've talked about little else except change when I got here. We have got to change the way that we see things. Right, Dolores? The difference this time, though, is big, really big. And in new terms, it is called a quantum leap in change. What does that mean? It's a metamorphosis. Have you ever thought about a metamorphosis? You know, I've got this idea that nature is trying to teach us something. There is a metamorphosis takes place from a worm, a caterpillar, to a butterfly. Do you know what kind of a change that is? That is a huge change from this crawling little creature to this magnificent flying little creature. So that it sees the ground, and now it's seeing things from the air. And if that's true of this little creature, what's true of us? What is true of us? That change that's coming, when we transform ourselves. That is a glimpse into what a quantum leap would be. But think about this. Before that change can happen, the caterpillar has to spend time in the cocoon, the wilderness. Eric Braden says that if you look inside of a cocoon, it's nothing but mush. Just mush. Quantum soup. But there's something in there, and the reference is a cultural creative. Something sparks and starts the transformation. And that's what the cultural creatives are doing to this planet. They're the ones who are initiating that little change. And that change gets going, and it's going to get going. And pretty soon, and it won't take many of us, we've learned that. 10% of the global population starts thinking like you guys do, and this world would switch like a light switch. And we're getting there. In spite of what you see on television, forget that, because that can be challenging to try to watch that. So that's a big one in the difference of how we see things in traditional. But here's the really big one. in Unity's interpretation of Easter, that kind of a radical change is not restricted to one person, one man. It is about all mankind. Each and every one of us. We will all at some point experience that kind of transformation, that kind of metamorphosis in our lives. Every one of us. Even the ones that seem so far removed from any spiritual understanding. Because Jesus came to show us and teach us that we can be reborn into a higher consciousness. And he also said, it's not in the future. It's right here and right now. So we don't see Unity Easter the same way, but we do believe in a resurrection. But it's a personal one that has to be taken by you in your journey. And every time we have a crucifixion and a resurrection, we grow, we expand. Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore wrote, "We die daily and are reborn by eliminating the thought that we are material and replacing it with the truth that we are spiritual." That is saying we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And I've told you before, that is the message that got me to Unity. Because it just clicked. I said, that's our problem. We are upside down. We think, I'm only human. We think we're human first and foremost, and we're not. We're spiritual. And we are having human experience. Because we are told that we are created in the image and the likeness of the universe, or whatever else universes there are. That's big. Don't limit your thinking. Stop. Get out of the way. Let me share some. I want to take a little moment to kind of contemplate the message. If I can get down, just give me a little soft background music. And I want you, if you're comfortable, just close your eyes and just listen to these words. They come from Reverend Galen McDowell. He used to do a program on Unity Online Radio. And he says this, and take in all these words. Easter has fascinated people for over 2,000 years. Even during the early days of the Christian church, people wondered whether the resurrection of Jesus was true. They discovered the resurrection was Jesus' experience, but it wasn't just about Jesus. The resurrection was and is a reminder of Spirit's grace and power functioning in humanity. Easter is a story about the overcoming power of Spirit in an individual life. Easter is a reminder that we have within us the power to overcome any obstacle in our way. It is the power to heal our bodies through affirmative prayer and spiritual practices. It is the power to forgive and to move on from past mistakes, hurts, and poor relationships. The resurrection represents our power to overcome, to restore, to renew with health, peace, love, prosperity, and joy. Whatever it is, we are trying to revive. And you can proclaim your spiritual wholeness in the midst of any storm. When you understand the divine in you can never be kept in the tomb of fear, of despair, of lack, of sickness, of confusion, and doubt. Jesus understood that he had the power within, and that we all do, because he told us that the deeds that he did, we could do, and greater deeds. You can all transform your life now. You can all overcome all obstacles. That is the essence, that is the message of today's Easter. So, to do this, all you have to do is get out of the way, and it will raise you up.
When I am down and oh, my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burden be, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be.
There is no life without its hunger. Each restless heart beats so imperfectly. But when you come, I'm filled with so much wonder. Sometimes I think I glimpse eternity. You raise me up, I can stand on mountains. I'll walk on stormy seas. I'm strong when I am on your shoulder. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can be.
I keep saying it. That's what I'm talking about. Wonderful job. Loved it. So now, where are we? Here we are. Now comes the time when we do our offering and we share our gifts to this beautiful spiritual community so we can keep sending out this wonderful energy into this world so that we can make a difference, because we are making a difference. I played golf yesterday with my son and Mag. I think Mag's here. And we talked about, we make jokes out there about, you're on the green and say, bogey's in the bag, It's like, talking about negative thinking. You know what? We need to change our language, and even on the golf course. Even on the golf course. Stop saying, what am I going to do now? I'm never going to make this shot. Stop. Anyway, so that we can continue this message that we share here. So we take our tithes in our hands, and together we say, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love, and I trust God.
everything I see, everything I do is blessed by your hand, God. I give it back to you. Everything I give, every thought that's true, is magnified in kind God. I'll give it back to you.
Please join me in our offering dedication. We bless and dedicate these tithes and offerings as an expression of divine love, and we release them to manifest that love in our community and in our world. I want to bless the children of the world, and in fact, the whole world. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold Christ you are. Reminding announcements. Today's prayer chaplain is Therese, right? Yes, Therese. Thank you, Therese. And next week we'll be at the pavilion across the street. No picnic because we have to get out of there. Something else is going on. And I want to say something very special. And I thank you. And I'll see you later, one of those things, to Reverend Jim and Joanne. Because they'll be... Go ahead, stand up, Jim and Joanne, stand up. Because, you know, they come here for their, get out of the, the cold weather up there, and then they get out, then they go back and get out of the hot weather down here. But they'll be back again sometime, November? November, so they'll be back. But today was their last Sunday, so we wanted to give them a special little blessing. Thank you. Thank you so much for everybody who participated in today's service. I think we have the faces up there. Yay! What is that for?
I'm going to ask, invite, or drag if we have to, Rosemary up here. He's the one you see up here every Sunday, but this is a team. And Rosemary, I mean, you don't have to admit it out loud, but I think we missed her just as much, maybe even a little bit more than Tommy. So, on behalf of the congregation, the Board of Trustees wants to welcome you both back. And also, during this last several months, I'm so grateful that they hung in there, that they kept the faith. We wouldn't have blamed them if they just decided, that's enough, we give up. But they did not do that. They stayed with us. They were willing to go through the desert so that they could be back here with us, and we're really, really grateful for that. So thank you.
What? Oh, okay. We're going to end today's service with a little bit. We're not going to do the peace song this time. We'll get back to it because we're going to do a very, very special song that has a lot of significance, and I'll turn it over to the music team.
Okay, Tommy, Rosemary, would you mind you guys come down here and stand in front here? Sing along on the chorus. Everybody, would you join hands? We're a great community here, including the whole world. Everybody sing with us. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? One more time. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? Let's get a little softer so we really feel this. Love can build a bridge between your heart and mine. Love can build a bridge. Don't you think it's time? Don't you think it's time? Welcome home. Have a great Easter, everybody.
The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
I am light. I am love. I am power. I am presence. I am.
Have
And
a
there's
blessed,
cake
blessed Easter.
back there.